Virgo, welcome to your reading for March of 2026. Let's see what's in store for Virgo for the month of March of 2026. If you are new to my readings, welcome. I do tarot card readings based on your astrological sign monthly. All the other signs should be available on my profile, depending on where you are viewing this. If you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I really am grateful. Thank you so much. That being said, let's see what's in store for Virgo for March of 2026. All right, so the month of March begins with some kind of news. You're going to hear that it's like you're going to find out the truth about something, or you're going to get clarity. I guess that's more the word I'm looking for. You're going to get clarity about something. Something that wasn't making sense to you is suddenly going to make sense. And you're going to realize that you had been making some decisions based on something that you had misunderstood or misinterpreted. You're going to feel better about whatever this news is. You're going to figure out how to deal with something. I get the feeling that you were not dealing with it in the right way, or you were making decisions based on not false information, but just you didn't have all the data, you didn't have all the pieces to be able to do what you need to figure out to do. That being said, your change is going to upset somebody. So it's almost like deciding, well, I'm going to go on that trip to Barbados. I'm not picking that island for any reason. It's just picking a random place. I'm going to go on that trip to Barbados because I know I'm going to get that bonus check from my taxes. And then you realize that that bonus check from your taxes is not coming in. So you decide you're going to cancel the trip, but you were supposed to go with somebody else. It's that kind of situation where yeah, we're both going to be doing this because I'm assuming this. And then you realize that you were wrong and it's going to be upsetting to this other person. Yeah, they're not going to be too happy with you changing things, but this is something you're going to realize, I can't go down there based on what I know now. I can't keep going in this direction. It's that kind of shift that I'm seeing. And you don't have any solid or concrete options, but you are trying to figure things out based on the information, the little information that you do have. Somebody's going to try to get you to change your mind back again, but it's almost no, I'm made my decision. I'm moving in this direction now. That ship has sailed. I've changed my mind. As the month progresses, you're gonna feel a lot better about your decision. There was just a lot of worry surrounding whatever this was. And somebody's going to help you navigate a lot of the stuff that you were worrying about. Like somebody, you're going to have a discussion. I don't know if you're going to talk to a therapist or something, but there's some kind of like, it's almost like you're figuring things out by talking about it, which sounds a lot like a therapist to me. You don't have all the answers, but you're feeling like you're feeling better about your, like you're optimistic, because it's almost like, okay, now that I know, you know, now that I know that, I don't know, let's say you went to the optometrist and they're saying, well, you have cataracts, so you're going to need surgery. You're like, oh my God, all this time I thought my glasses were wrong. I was having to adjust how I was thinking. Like there was just like this weird fog on my eyes. You're going to be just like light bulb moment. Okay. So now you can make choices surrounding whatever the prognosis is. Like you, okay, yeah, I'm going to get the eye surgery so I can correct these cataracts, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take steps to, you know, make sure somebody's there to help me, you know, after the surgery. Like it's that kind of discussion, that kind of process. I'm not saying that you have cataracts, that you're going to need eye surgery. Maybe you do. I don't know. But it's that kind of like planning, calculation. Yeah, there's somebody around that's really not happy that you've changed your mind. And there's going to be like some kind of pouty, just immature reaction. Here, you get the Page of Cups twice. You're going to be okay with your choice. In your mind, it's sort of like, I know I told you I was going to do things, but I have a right to change my mind, you know? And in some ways, I get the feeling like they were kind of nudging you to make that original choice. Anyway, I don't know the circumstances, but yeah, they're disappointed. They're disappointed that you're okay with whatever you chose to do. It's almost like, well, now I have to go to Barbados on my own, kind of thing. And you're okay with your choice. There's a adjustment for you to change course. Like there's a lot of changes that you're going to have to make to be able to feel comfortable again. But you're not budging on this, whatever this decision is. And you're okay with that. You're okay with that. All right, I'm going to leave things here, and I'm going to finish the month of March on my Patreon channel. You're more welcome to join me there. The link is available above, or in my bio, or in the description, depending on where you're viewing this. For those of you who are new to my readings, I do an extended reading on my Patreon channel. It's really not that expensive. You're more than welcome to join me there. But if this is where we leave things, thank you so much for liking, commenting, connecting with these videos. The more you interact with them, the more there's an opportunity for the algorithm to share this with other people who have not had the opportunity you just had. On that note, I wish you a really great March, and I hope to see you in April. Namaste and take care.